Hi, first grade friends. Mrs. Slaughters here. And today I wanted to do a little lesson with you about how to compare and contrast characters in a story. So compare means to tell what's the same, and contrast means to tell what's different. So before we get that, we have to have characters to talk about. So I'm going to read you this story called Pig the Pug. Hopefully you've heard this story. If you haven't, you're in for a treat. It's a good one. Pig the Pug. All right. Pig was a pug, and I'm sorry to say he was greedy and selfish in most every way. Oh dear. He lived in a house with a wiener dog, Trevor. But was he nice to him? I'll tell you, never. You've got some great toys here, poor Trevor would say. But Pig would just grumble, they're mine, go away. Oh goodness. But it might be more fun, Trevor said to Pig, if we both played together. Well, Pig flipped his wig. No, they are mine. Didn't you hear? Only mine. You keep your paws off them. They are mine, mine, mine. I know what your game is. You want me to share, but I'll never do that. I won't. I swear. Oh my, he is getting angry. And with that, he proceeded to gather his stuff and make a big pile with a huff and a puff. And once he had gathered them up in a pile, he howled from the top with a satisfied smile. There, shouted Pig, now you won't get my loot. It's mine, 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 mine. So why don't you scoot? But just at that moment, poor Trevor did see on the pile was wobbling. Oh, dear me. Watch out up there, good Trevor did cry. But the shame of it was, look where that pile was. Looks like a window in the background. Uh-oh. Well, pugs cannot fly. What happened? He totally fell out of the window and he could not fly. These days it's different, I'm happy to say. It's so very different in most every way. Oops. Yes, Pig shares his toys now, and Trevor's his friend. And they both play together while Pig's on the mend. Look, do you know what he has on his body? That's a body cast. All right, so our two characters in this story were Pig the Pug, and then Trevor. So first we want to think about how were they the same? What makes Pig and Trevor the same? Well, when I think about a character, the first thing that comes to mind is maybe what a character looks like. So I would start by thinking Pig and Trevor. Up here you'll see on my poster. How are Pig and Trevor the same? Well, I think they both are dogs. That makes them both the same. So I'm going to say they're both dogs. Okay. They both lived in the same house, right? They didn't live in different houses. They both lived in the same house. So I'm going to write that. Lived in the same house. Okay. They both seem to really like playing with toys. So I think that makes them the same. They both liked playing with toys. So I'm going to write that. Liked playing with toys. That makes them the same. All right, so now I'm going to think about how are these characters different? What makes Pig the Pug and Trevor the Dog different? Well, again, starting by just what they look like. They were different colors, right? Trevor was a dark brown color, and then Pig was kind of a cream color. So that makes them different, thinking about what they look like. So I'm going to say different colors. That makes them different. They were also different types of dogs. Okay, Pig was a pug and Trevor was a wiener dog. That makes them different. They're not the same. So I'm going to say different kinds of dogs. Different. Oh, look, I spelled different, right? E-N-T, different colors, different kinds of dogs. Okay, and then now when I'm thinking about characters, I also want to think about how a character was acting. So I'm thinking, were they acting the same? Definitely not in the beginning, right? Trevor wanted to share and Pug did not. So that makes them very different. So I'm going to say Trevor wanted to share. Pig did not want to share. That makes them very different. I'm also thinking in the story of how they acted. And in our story, Pig got very angry and was yelling and screaming. Trevor never got mad. He stayed calm. That's how he was acting. So I'm going to say here, Pig got angry. And Trevor was calm. That makes them different. Okay, now I'm thinking at the end of the story, they both played together. And so they were sharing. That makes them the same. So I might add that at the top. I might say they both learned to share. Or they both, maybe we'll say they both were sharing at the end. And that part they were saying just at the end. Okay? So that is one way that you can compare and contrast characters. When you're doing that, you're thinking about what makes the character the same and what makes them different. And I always think about what does the character look like and how is the character acting? What did the character do in the story? And when you think of those things, you can find ways of how characters are the same and how characters are different. So hopefully this will help you as you're working on comparing and contrasting characters this week. All right, good luck, friends. I'll talk to you later. Bye.